Heads up! What do you do if your baby didn't get the memo that they're supposed to be vertex for birth? Here are some things that you can consider and some choices that you have. Hi, I'm Melissa Evans, and I've been a childbirth educator and then some since he was 2 years old. I know how important it is for families to have quality education and how hard it is for budgets and calendars, so I'm going to offer my childbirth classes right here for free. Please remember that I'm not a medical professional or a lawyer, so make sure you use some common sense and talk things over with a professional that you trust. But for now, what does breech mean and what can you do about it? Breech simply means that baby is head up. Vertex is when baby is head down. This is ideal. When baby is breech, there's a few variations of it. This would be frank breech with the legs completely up. This is actually not so bad because the butt diameter and the head diameter is about the same. Have I ever mentioned how glamorous birth is? Other things could be a footling breech. That's not so good. That's not nearly as big as the head, or even a double footling breech, also more problematic. And then there's complete breech when babies are kind of cross-legged here. They usually end up going frank breech during the birthing process. So what can you do if your baby's breech? There are 4 basic choices you have. The first one is to wait. Most babies will turn vertex given enough time. And sometimes they will even turn in labor. So if your care provider says, hey, your baby's breech at 32 weeks, we have to schedule a cesarean at 38 weeks, might want to pause and reevaluate that. There are a few other options. The good news is, if a baby is vertex by about 28 weeks, they more than likely will not change from that position. Option number 2 is actually encouraging baby to turn from breech to vertex. I will go into a class with 10 exercises that you can do next week, so be sure to subscribe, okay? Okay. Sometimes babies are breech for a really good reason, and we might not even understand what that reason is. But I do trust babies, and if no amount of patience and no amount of positions is going to fix it, then we need a few options to make sure that birth is just as magical and respectful as possible. So, 2 options for giving birth while the baby stays in a breech position are, first, having a vaginal breech birth. This gets really political, unfortunately. Doctors are no longer trained in this. It is becoming a lost art. To look for providers that might be skilled in this expertise, go talk to your local birth circles on Facebook groups or even an ICAN chapter. ICAN is the International Cesarean Awareness Network, and they tend to have a pretty good feel for what's going on in your community. Check out with any doctors that do know what they're doing when it comes to breech vaginal birth and see if that's an option for you. And then, of course, the 4th and final option for a breech baby is to have a cesarean. There are still options when it comes to cesareans as well, though. Dr. Michel Odent, in his book, The Cesarean, talks about how there are 3 different types. There's the planned no labor, which means you might be pulling out a baby who isn't ready. There's the emergency in labor. Nobody's having fun, but we do like them when they save lives. And then he offers an intriguing 3rd option, the planned in labor cesarean. This is the situation where mom knows she needs a cesarean for her health or baby's, but we can still let baby pick their birth date. So mom goes into early labor, calls their care provider and says, hey, I think I'm in labor. Please prep the OR, I'm on my way. And now we know that that baby is ready to be born, and there's no emergency thing going on there. There are also ways to make a cesarean be very family-centered, and we will go over those options in another video very soon as well. Have you had to face this dilemma? What worked well for you? Are you in the middle of processing this situation? Have you had any insight? Let me know in the comments. Please like and share this video with your pregnant friends, and remember to subscribe. New classes will be coming out every week, and I don't want you to miss out. Until next time, know your options and own your birth.